this is not a joke. All these videos and stories you've heard about the ports, this is real. This is Shanghai right now on the National Aquamarine site. Every single circle here in Shanghai is a vessel that's just sitting there. Now let's take a look at America. Here's Los Angeles, one of our busiest ports. Nobody's there. I even looked at Philadelphia, New York. Nothing. Then I thought about Washington State, huge ports. Nothing. Back to China. That's what I'm saying. This is not good. So these articles are not lying. Huge decline at LA Port is a hit to truckers and a stark warning of coming tariff damage? I would say so. Once again, that's LA right now. Nothing. There's nothing there. Even Financial Times from Vision, a data provider, showed container bookings from China to the U.S. fell 45% by mid-April. I don't think they're coming, people. I mean, this shit is everywhere. Empty ports, empty shelves. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but if you see the amount of circles on this map right here in Shanghai, the world's busiest port, that means they might not be coming. I just want people to know this is real. And we have nothing going on at our ports.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whomsoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and shall see my salvation and the end of your world. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000. I'm the brother Dharma Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All right, as you can see from that little clip, this whole Trump tariff situation is about to be serious, man. All right. And as we've been going into, and you've been hearing news about the coming empty shelves and the lack of imports and goods and services. What the fuck? Coming into this country is about to be, a reality for a lot of you American citizens out here. And, and a lot of the, the comfort and the readily availability of goods and services and foods is about to dry up, unless this whole tariff war and this whole pride of your president Trump changes. All right. And this is going to cause, a lot of panic buying, a lot of scarcity, a lot of desperation, unless things change. But hey, we're going to see how it plays out. But as of right now, as that video showed, hey, these ports here in America are empty as all hell, and you're about to start seeing a lot of empty shelves. You're about to see a lot of businesses go out of service. You're about to see a lot of layoffs, a lot of trucks not running, a lot of supplies not readily available. And that's going to cause the price of these things to be even higher, because it's going to be less. They're going to have, less availability. All right. And when there's more demand for something, they could easily jack up the prices and make these things, more and more expensive. And which is going to cause what? More perplexity, more anger, more, desperation. All right. You're really going to see the love of many wax cold, and you're going to see what? People at each other's necks and at each other's throats, especially if this thing turns into a full-blown famine-like situation. We're going to start seeing the price of living go even higher. The price of a lot of these services and goods are going to increase. And at the same time, wages are not going to go up. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of more massive layoffs. You're going to see a lot of more people losing their job, especially in a lot of these warehouses. A lot of these truckers are going to be affected, because there's not going to be that many runs to make. A lot of these containers are not going to be getting picked up. A lot of services and food and products are not going to be readily available. Hey, it's getting to be very tough and very hard times here in Babylon the Great. You see, and this is stuff that the prophets and the men of the Lord have been warning you Israelites about ever since we got on the YouTube, starting with the elders and the apostles in 2007, which a lot of you scoffed at, you mocked. A lot of you for many years was always saying, well, when that's going to happen? Y'all been saying this, y'all been saying that, you know, and, things have been somewhat, normal. Hey, but now with this whole Trump situation and this tariff deal, hey, a lot of you people are about to have to come to the reality that there have been a prophet among you. And a lot of you, Jake, who haven't, fully returned and repented for your wickedness and for your sins and returned back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, are about to be faced with these times that we're getting ready to enter into. All right. And a lot of you haven't been built up in the spirit. A lot of you haven't been spiritually preparing for these times that are ahead. And for a lot of you, the Lord is going to allow the stress and the worry and the your full trust and hope in this American system really drive a lot of you people crazy and mad. All right, because you don't really have no foundation in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, you don't have no comfort in prophecy and in the scriptures and the things that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have promised for those that serve Him. All right. And a lot of you are about to be in the, it's a very bad and very dire situations. But hey, it's nothing that we haven't warned or haven't prophesied that would come here to this society, man. So, a lot of you, Jake, you got to buckle up for these times that are ahead. And, we're going to be in these situations as well. We know that, some of us might be highly affected by this, by this tariff situation, by, these conditions that are getting ready to come. Some of us might lose jobs. Some of us might have our hours cut. Some of us might find ourselves, financially being hit by these, coming situations. But at the end of the day, hey, we have comfort in prophecy and in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And we ultimately know that, hey, if we're of the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, we're not going to be left out here in the cold. All right. Hey, the Lord's going to always make provision and make a way for His servants, and that's something that we lean heavily upon and we have our faith truly in. All right. And this is Isaiah 65:11. It says, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. All right. And we know this is ultimately speaking about 2/3 of our people that have not put their faith and their trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that have not come out of the ways of Babylon the Great, that have not, forsaken their sins and returned back to the true and living God. So therefore, hey, when these judgments come, when these things come in their perfection, a lot of you Jakes are going to be numbered to these things, whether it's the famine, whether you get caught up in the, people invading one another, lest you get caught up in the civil war, the race wars, all of the impending, sedition and uprisings and chaos and all hell breaking loose from these dire and straitened conditions here in this society. Hey, the Lord is going to number a lot of you Jake to be slaughtered by these things. It says, because when I called, ye did not answer. And when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And this is the Lord speaking to you Israelites. All right. And when did the Lord call? By the prophets, by the men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Us being out there on the highways and the byways week in and week out, doing these videos, doing these shows. And you see a lot of Jake on these TikTok videos and even on YouTube totally rejecting the gospel and rejecting this truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, coming up against, they like to call us the black Hebrew Israelites, and, we're all equal and God loves everybody and He ain't going to do good. He ain't going to do bad. My God wouldn't do all this. Hey, the Lord's going to number a lot of you to the slaughter because the Lord has reached out. He's showed mercy. He's tried to have compassion. He's tried to, give you Jake's a way out. But what? You did evil before the eyes of the Lord. You mocked and scoffed at His prophets. A lot of you have threatened us. A lot of you want to see the prophets thrown in jail or thrown in prison or even worse. Like I said, you've gone on these different platforms to, express your hatred and your calling us a cult, and we ain't got the truth, and we're delusional, and we're deceived, and we do nothing but hate, and the Lord ain't with us. Hey, well, we're gonna see in these times that are ahead. It says, verse 13, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. You see, in these times that are coming, this video that I showed, this little short clip of these
and we have
these guys going into these situations, man.
there.
All right, are going to be, the times that are coming to Babylon the Great. And when these things come, hey, a lot of you, Jake, you're going to be hungry. What it say? It says, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. You see? And what are you going to be ashamed at? Because you didn't put your faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord told you these days was coming, but you said, I don't think so. You said America is always going to, America is great. That you put your faith in Trump. You went to the polls. You voted for this man. You put your faith and whole assurance in that he was going to make this country and make America great again. All right. You told the prophets that we were liars, that the Lord's not going to do evil, or the Lord's not going to do good. The Lord's going to bless America. Trump is sent by God to come and, to make our lives better. 40 acres and a mill. We're going to get reparations. We're going to get all these things. But look at what his policies is doing to this country. All right. It's going to leave you in a situation that you never thought would come. But it says, behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. You're going to be ashamed of what? In your trust in the shadow of Egypt. It says, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. For the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. You see? This is where a lot of you Jakes are going to find yourself, man. Even right now, with us saying these things, you still got a lot of Jake who don't want to believe it, who don't want to, see the handwriting on the wall. You see, they still going to put their faith and trust in this society. They're still going to think somehow, some way things are going to get better, and it's not going to get as bad as the prophets have prophesied it to be. All right. Hey, but the Lord's choosing a lot of your delusions, man. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. And that's all you keep hearing. The evil days. Even Trump said it himself. Americans, you got to brace up. You got to get tough. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better, man. And he knows that these tariffs and what these things are going to do to affect the more poorer class of Americans, but even the middle class Americans, even, a lot of these mom and pop businesses. They're saying that this shit is going to bring emptier shelves and even tighter conditions than the whole pandemic did. And we saw how empty the shelves were during the P. And they say this is going to be even worse, man. So, hey, a lot of evil days are coming to Babylon the Great. And we've been warning and telling you these things. We've been telling you to come out of Babylon, man. Forsake this place. It's not going to be healed. It's only going to get worse. And to put your trust and faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? It says, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And you Jake, should have been in that spirit of not having pleasure here in Babylon the Great. Because what's prophesied to come to this place. You know that there's, severe judgments and punishments coming to this place. You see? It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And that's what you see right now with this whole Trump situation. And what are the grinders? The working, the jobs. They're talking about a lot of these truckers are about to be laid off. A lot of these, Ford is laying off a lot of people. Amazon is laying off people. Walmart is talking about closing a lot of stores. Like I said, a lot of the warehouses and the trucking companies where all of these imports and shit from China has been coming in. If those going to dry up, then guess what? A lot of the companies that take these things and ship them are going to have to lay off. There's going to be less work. You see? And these are the times that are ahead. And they're saying within the next couple of weeks, we're really going to see it fully take effect. And we see it now with all these different ports. You got huge ports, Los Angeles, over there in Seattle, over there in Baltimore. A lot of these ports are not receiving shit, man. And what's not coming in? All of the goods and services, man. And seeing what? And people see this, and with no Trump not stopping these tariffs from happening, with no end in sight, hey, people are looking and forecasting the future as very bleak and very dark, man. Like I said, it's going to lead to a lot more homelessness, a lot less people losing jobs, people are being laid off. A lot of these companies, closing up shop, empty shelves, higher food prices, a higher price for gas and fuel. You see? And people are looking out in the future, hey, and it don't look bright with this whole situation that Trump is doing. And even a lot of his approval rating is dropping, man. And it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You see? What, all the doors are getting ready to be shut because a lot of these businesses are not going to be able to operate or to have business because they're not going to have the inventory coming in, and a lot of the inventory that they want to come in is too expensive to buy, man. They can't afford to continuously pay these high prices with these tariffs taxed on all of these goods and services, man. Like I kept saying, don't be surprised within this summer when this shit is in its when it hits its hardest. Don't be surprised when you're gonna start seeing people loading up baskets and carts full of food in Costco and Sam Clubs and just running out of the damn store. You're gonna see more smash and grabs, especially in these grocery stores, man. You're gonna see what? Famine, invading one another, people busting each other's head for the lack of bread and for the lack of water and particular goods. You see? But we know all these things must needs be because, hey, this is just further signs of our salvation in the end of this age that's coming. But for a lot of you jakes that's not ready and that's not prepared, hey, it's gonna totally catch you off guard, and a lot of you jake are gonna be, you're not gonna know what to do. And when this devil, lest this, gets out of control, don't be surprised if the cyber attacks come next. He turns out the lights for days and weeks on top of all of the empty shelves and the hunger and the perplexity. You're going to collapse this whole system as we know it, and it's going to come bring all the order out of the chaos, and it's going to bring that MOTB. So hey, this just might be the year where these devils have nothing to lose. They're gonna just go all out and use these things to get the desired results that they want. So hey, man, gotta stay prayed up. Pray that we're a part of the elect, because hey, like the Lord said, His servants are gonna eat and drink and sing for, and sing for joy of heart, man. Lord willing that we're part of those that are gonna be delivered from these times that are ahead. But in the meantime, man, hey, we're going to continue to blow the trumpet. Hey, you Jake better get right and, understand the seriousness of what's taking place here in Babylon the Great and get yourself right before these evil days, come in their perfection. So with that, I'm going to close it there, Lord willing. This is edifying. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. To the next one, Shalom.